Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by TaylorMade.
Just an absolutely stunning day here in Las Vegas, Nevada, but there are people in those buildings that didn't see the light of day. They stayed inside and pressed their luck. But we had some great golf not too far away from the Strip, about a 20-minute drive north, and that is here at Shadow Creek. It is the CJ Cup at Shadow Creek, second round play today. And we saw a lot of the world's best going low. 6 of the top 10 in the world here, and leading the way is Xander Schauffele. After that impressive 64, he has a 3-shot advantage heading into the weekend over the first round leader, Tyrrell Hatton. Hi there, thanks for teeing it up with us here on Golf Central. I'm Todd Lewis, proud to be sharing some space once again with our friend Aaron Oberholzer, a PGA Tour winner. Yesterday we talked about this golf course, the first ever PGA Tour round on Shadow Creek, and it was kind of difficult. Today, a little more forgiving, Aaron.
Yes, it was. I think the golf course took away from the players yesterday, and today, well, it gave a little back. You know, the scoring average was a little bit lower today. The wind was down. I think the guys, anytime you give the best players in the world an opportunity to shoot at flags, to shoot at these greens where they don't have to worry about swirling winds, it's easier to pick a club. Well, you're going to see some good scoring, and we saw some really good scoring today, better than yesterday.
You know who helped the scoring average today? Xander Schauffele. So a 64 for Xander Schauffele. Again, that opening 29, 6 birdies in a row. He missed only 3 greens today. Like I said, he missed a short one at 10. It could have been better, could have been easily a 63. The putting, a big factor for him, just 24 putts. He made nearly 133 feet of putts today. Xander, after this great round, talked about just how strong his play was.
Yeah, it was nice. It was, I had a chip in there, 2 long putts. Some of those holes you're not really, trying to birdie them. You're kind of just trying to leave yourself an uphill, 35-footer. And fortunately, I made, a couple of them. So it was a nice stretch. Got a little bit stale there on the other side. Pace of play slowed down a lot. It's kind of hot, just easy to let the mind wander. So pleased, upset I didn't make more birdies, but pleased that I didn't make any bogeys. So,
Steve, were you getting, by any chance, disappointed on that front nine after coming off 29?
Yeah. Everything. When you shoot 29, things are flowing. Things are easy. You're not really thinking much at all. Like I said, someone asked me if I'm rusty at all. I thought about it today. I think the most rusted thing is sort of my mentality when it comes to when I play at home with my buddies. We'll play a 5-ball in 3.5 hours, 3 hours. You know what I mean? So walking in a 3-ball, playing in 5.5 hours it's a different mentality. It's a different pace. So I got off to a hot start and then kind of slowed down. But like I said, I'm just happy I made that par putt on last.
It was a inconsistent day. Obviously, I was disappointed with bogeys on 15 and 16. I hit a couple of poor shots there, especially the one that annoyed me the most was, laying up with 6-iron on 16 and we didn't even look like hitting the fairway. So that's just a stupid mistake. But obviously, really happy with how I bounced back from that. Finishing birdie is nice, and hopefully I can take a bit of momentum going into the weekend.
Yeah, I took 5 weeks off, and just coming back off of no tournament play, just getting a little feel back was good, and I feel like this week I'm a little bit sharper, I would say. Still pretty good last week, but just a little sharper this week, and just capitalizing more on the greens. So I don't work with anybody on my swing or anything, but yeah, I just feel good with it.
After that 68 on Friday, Russell Henley enters the weekend 4 back of Xander Schauffele, 3-time winner on the PGA Tour. Won his very first PGA Tour start as a professional, as a member of the PGA Tour in 2013. And how about this? He's made the FedEx Cup playoffs all his years as a pro, AO.
Yeah, I talked to his caddy early this week, and he really likes where his game's at right now. And obviously, he's one of these guys that likes to play his way into form. He's not a big practicer, I heard so, but T27 last week, he's obviously playing really well.
And look at what Rory McIlroy was doing prior to the stoppage of competition because of COVID-19. And then since that, just not the same player. Now, give him a little bit of grace. He had a baby, his wife Erica, and the daughter Poppy now, so that was on his mind. But McIlroy talked about after his round today how he's trying to get back into that form that he had earlier in the year.
I've spent sort of the last 2 weeks working on my golf swing, and I've maybe played a total of 9 holes. I've just spent that time on the range, and then trying to go from the range where every swing that you're making with a thought or 2 or 3 to on the golf course where if you have one, that's enough. Just caught myself a few times yesterday, too many thoughts out there and not really freeing myself up. And today, did a better job of that. Mentally freed myself up, didn't worry too much, didn't try to be too perfect, and hit some really good shots. And yeah, it was better. Yesterday I had it going. I just had I had a couple bad swings. I got away with it on 9 yesterday, and then on, I think, 15, hit in the water. And today I just kind of minimized those mistakes. Obviously I hit in the water on 18, but I gave myself a lot of good looks. Some putts started dropping, and when you have momentum like that, you just want to keep it going. You don't want to kind of stall out through the mid-round. And obviously playing with Victor and Xander, all of us just kept making birdies. And I don't think we had many bogeys on our cards, or if any. So that obviously helps. And the par save on 9 was huge, just to get through into the weekend.
So Colin Morikawa putting himself in the mix heading into the weekend, and there you see Xander Schauffele with the lead. It'll be interesting as we move to the weekend. All 4 of Xander's victories have been come from behind victories on Sunday. He has never won with the 54-hole lead in 3 attempts. Hatton still very much in play, and look out for Henley as well. And we mentioned that this golf course played a little easier today.
It did. I 72.7, Todd. Yesterday was the scoring average, and then today was 70.7. So 2 shots easier for sure. The lack of wind, obviously, I think also the familiarity now. They got 1 round under their belt around this golf course, and these are the best players in the world. They're going to figure it out. They did today. With those temps that you just saw, those lack of wind that we just saw, I have a feeling we're in for some good scoring. And now 2 looks at the golf course. You never know. I think we're in for some low scores tomorrow as well.
I mentioned Xander Schauffele, and he made a lot of putts, as I mentioned, 24 putts, nearly 135 feet of putts he made today. So he did lean on his putter today. He didn't quite hit it as consistently as we have seen. Do you think that'll be cleaned up heading into the weekend?
I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about his driver.
Do you think this was a bit of a smoke and mirror round today?
Just a little bit, for sure. I mean, he is that good. He can get away with it. But for the most part, I'm a little more concerned about the driver, because I think at some point you're going to get caught not hitting enough fairways out here. And the lack of control on the golf ball that you have in this rough, which is 3 to 4 inches and growing as the week goes on. And the first cut, it's easy to catch a flyer on these really firm, fast greens. You're not going to be able to hit the ball real close with the control. So it'll be interesting to see what changes he might make tomorrow in strategy and or swing keys in his golf swing off the tee. And if he can make those changes, Xander will be fine. If he's continuing to hit it out of the rough, the weekend could be a struggle. So I think he's got to find a few more fairways over the weekend.
It's interesting, too, and you got a world-class player in Tyrrell Hatton, who's right on his heels, who won on the European Tour last week. So it should be a fun weekend, and, of course, we will be here for all the action and reaction. It is the CJ Cup at Shadow Creek. For Aaron Oberholzer, I'm Todd Lewis. Thanks for joining us.